free sometimes. All right, I fought 2 times for free already in these past 3 weeks. I will fight someone for $10 million right now.
But who you been fighting?
I had to fight a bum like 2 weeks ago. It was terrible.
Really?
I had bum like it was a situation with my family. Bum was walking up on the fam. I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Hold on, bum, man.
Yeah, you don't mess with the family.
I say fight. I didn't really fight a bum. I beat up a bum.
Oh.
And I felt bad afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
like I did. Like I kind of hope I run into him again. I gotta buy him a beer or something.
I was gonna say, can you buy him a cup of coffee or something?
I don't want to beat up like some homeless dude. You know what I mean? Like I genuinely feel. I'm like, damn, come on, you fucking homeless. Like, because the whole time I was beating him up, he was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was a guy.
Yeah,
but that's your family too, man.
He was cussing out my mom. He was about to walk up on her. He was like, bro, who you trying to walk up on, bitch?
Oh, wow.
I said, hold up, nigga. Boom. You know what I mean? And he's like, I didn't know.
But now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sympathetic, but I wasn't sympathetic at the time. But afterwards,
but
I don't know. I tend to try to be as nice. I try to be a nice
it's your mom though. It's your mom, man. When it's
look, to be a pacifist, you have to have the ability to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you're a pacifist but you can't fight, you're not a pacifist. You're just a bitch. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. Like that's just the truth. You can't have peace without the threat of.
Yeah.
Right.
So how's your mom doing now? She's good with.
Oh yeah. I mean, Bum didn't even get close to her.
Good.
Yeah. But she got 2 big sons. Come on, man. Like, who would mess with her?
She got her own security.
Yeah. He said, Miss Tori, I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to do that to you.
The thing is, though, I mean, with a lot of the homeless population, unfortunately, a lot of them have like mental health illness and stuff like that. So they do tend to, some of them are a little more aggressive in terms of how they talk or how they approach people and stuff because they don't, you know what I mean? Like they don't have anything to lose. When you're homeless, you got nothing to lose.
I definitely agree with you. I mean, I personally work in homeless services. I won't talk no more about it then because I need my job.
Right. No, I got you.
I do personally work in homeless services, so like people don't realize homeless people, they're people too.
Yes,
of course.
And people don't realize that living on the street is traumatic.
Yes. Yeah.
If you look at the studies, if you've been on the street for longer than like a year and a half, it's incredibly hard to go back to normal life.
Yeah.
If you have PTSD, you'll literally be like, you get fucked up living on the street.
Yeah.
It's a whole different kind of way of life.
Yeah.
And when most people, and it's sadly a good portion of the country thinks homeless people are just bums.
No, man.
Just don't want to work and they just love living life on the free train. Yeah. I remember I had a big argument with this guy who told me with a straight face that only 10% of homeless people are actually disabled.
Really?
I said, are you fucking retarded?
Right, yeah.
I said, it's the opposite. It's like 90%. I think the real number off the top of my head is like 88%.
Yeah.
88% of them are disabled. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking like disabled, like, oh, they do drugs. I mean, they got schizophrenia.
Right.
I mean, they have the bipolar issue. Sometimes they can have Down syndrome. People don't think about that. Yeah. What do you think happens to someone who has Down syndrome and they don't have a family structure around them?
Yeah.
They end up on the street. What do you think happens to someone who has severe autism and they don't have a family structure around them? Yeah. They end up on the street.
Right.
Blind people. I work on the street. I see blind people on the street all the time.
Yeah.
Blind people.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Oh, and then don't even get me started on the old people, because that's also a big chunk of it too. It's the elderly. Yeah. No one ever thinks about what happens when you're 88 years old. You can't work.
Yeah. You don't have any kids.
You can barely walk upstairs.
Right.
Yeah.
You only get paid $1,200 from the government for your SSI.
Right.
What the fuck you supposed to do with $1,200?
Right.
Yeah.
You cannot get a room in LA for $1,200. If you go look up single room occupancy rates, it is $1,200 and more.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can maybe afford shared living. $700 a month, you can afford a bunk bed. That's what this country does to its old population.
Yeah, but at 38 years old,
live in a bunk bed.
Yeah.
Can you climb up in the bunk bed? You can't climb up.
If you're 88, you probably can't. Yeah.
You can't climb a bunk bed. I can tell you this right now. It is incredibly hard getting people into shelters because some shelters don't have ADA beds.
Yeah.
Like activities for daily living that allows you to, do all the, range of motions. I've literally sat down and had to sit with, homeless people who were forced to be on the street because they got matched to a shelter, but that shelter doesn't have a bottom bunk. They only got top bunks. You know what I mean? That's real. That really happens.
Yeah.
And, not to go back, not to make this about myself, the film I'm working on right now, it's about this.
Okay.
It's about homeless services in Los Angeles. So I'm cooking up some heat.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. We interviewed a few homeless around here when we first kind of started doing interviews, and
it's hard.
It is hard, and you're right. And a lot of we interviewed 3 males, and none of them could get into shelters. No. I mean, just because they were single males, and the shelter rules wouldn't they didn't have room. They didn't have beds for them.
But they told us though, if you're older it's easier, or if you're a single mom it's easier. Yeah. But that might be
not easier, but not
that might be here in Maryland.
Easy.
You know what I mean? But that
maybe in Maryland, well actually here in Los Angeles, if you're younger, it's actually easier. Like there's more resources for younger people.
Okay.
Like anyone under the age of 24 is considered a TAY, transitional age youth.
Yeah.
They have way more, like they get played, which obviously makes sense because usually those kind of people are homeless because they got kicked out of home.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'd be surprised how much, like even though in Big 2025, it's sad to say there's still people getting kicked out of their homes, teenagers, because they're gay.
Yeah.
There's people still getting kicked out of homes
in LA
because they don't want to, because they don't want. You'd be surprised.
The family. I mean,
you'd be surprised.
Because I'm thinking LA is more liberal.
Hey, look. I come from a black family. I think there's still like 50% of my family who does not know I'm bi.
Yeah.
Just because I think if they knew, they'd be like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's weird stuff like that.
It is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit, they don't know. I mean, they probably do because I talk about it. I don't fucking know.
Right. I just don't say anything. Yeah.
But so like for older people though, and then for older people, you have to be like over the age of 65. You have to be, and they make the age harder and harder.
Yeah.
So you can be 62. Oh, well, you're 62. Guess what? You can't go in.
Yeah.
You need 3 more years.
Right.
You don't qualify for senior living because you're 62 years old.
Yeah.
Come back when you're 65.
Yeah.
Loser.
I know.
That's what I got to tell people.
Wow.
And then, obviously, if you're homeless and you're like 80-something years old, I mean, life's really fucking rough on that age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can personally say I've known too many homeless people that have died on the street.
Wow.
Old people just died on the street, you know what I mean? You'd be like, damn.
Wow.
I'm like a freaking dog.
Yeah, we definitely need better systems. We definitely need a better system in this country.
For sure. Well, and that's
this is heartbreaking.
That's why it makes me so angry when we have the government shutdown and people aren't getting their SNAP benefits, whatever. Because it's not just SNAP benefits. It's all these agencies that aren't getting they don't get paid, they don't get their money, and so they're not able to help. The systems that we do have in place are failing.
But
miserably.
Meanwhile, the congressman is getting richer.
Right. And Trump's getting whatever by Bubba.
Right,
so
the cuts he has made on housing have a real effect on people.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize when the government does budget cuts, they're not cutting the budget. They think, they're trimming all the fat. Yeah, housing. They're trimming all the because again, America. Most of us, 1/3 of Americans are retarded. They think everyone that's on government benefits are like fat single moms. There's just some fat single mom that's 8 kids,
right?
30 big baby daddies.
Yeah.
They don't think that, actually, it's the blind guy, it's your blind neighbor.
Yeah.
They don't think, it's the autistic guy, it's disabled people. You know what I mean? They don't, it's veterans. It's disabled veterans.
Yeah.
They don't think about that. Those are the people that's actually on these these are the people that have those kind of housing programs.
Right.
And be in these programs. You take those away, guess what? They end up back on the street, homeless people.
Yeah.
The only reason we have a homeless crisis because, back in the day, and if I'm speaking off the top of my whole dome, Ronald Reagan got rid of most insane asylums and places where you would place people who are mentally ill.
Right.
And when you got rid of those things, guess what? They just end up on the street.
Of course, in the community. That's what happens.
I know so many clients who. I'm sorry, I'm getting to John mode now.
Yeah.
I know so many homeless people that dead ass. They need higher levels of care. They need wraparound services, and they don't get them because there's nothing there to give them.
Yeah.
There's no entity to give wraparound services.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember sitting down one day at work, being like, "How the fuck?" I was like, "Where can I place this blind guy at?" I said, "There's nowhere to place him.
Right.
There's no program that helps blind people.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just figure it out."
Right. What I was talking, my son-in-law is a corrections officer, and I was talking to him the other day, and I said, so now that it's gotten cold out, have you noticed more homeless coming into the jail? He's like, yep, every year, like, because they have nowhere to go. They don't have any programs. There's nothing out there for them. But,
Actually,
if you steal something, you can get locked up for 30 days, and then you have a place to live and food to eat and heat. So, yeah.
I was watching a video. A lady was begging the judge not to let her leave.
Yeah.
The judge would let her leave. She was like, please let me stay in because I don't have nowhere else to go. She was begging to stay in jail because that was a better option for her than being.
Well, I have a degree in social work, and one of my classes, we were watching a video from Chicago and the prison there, or Cook County Jail. They were talking about how expensive it was to treat all these folks that were homeless with mental health issues inside the jail versus if they actually had the open programs out on the street, and they don't. And that I agree with you. When the insane asylums, which they weren't good for what they were, but there's a happy medium. I mean, there's a place where you can house people and not like drill into their heads. You know what I mean? Like you can actually treat them in housing. You know what I mean? Without just releasing them and putting them out on the streets. Because yes, that's what happens. Is folks that aren't getting services, they're just out on the street.
Yeah. We just need more programs or some type of entity that can just offer wraparound services.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Don't treat them like animals.
Right.
They're people. Yes. They have rights.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just because, I always say this, because it's this weird thing, like, it's this weird conversation you have with, like, taking people's rights away, put them under conservatorship, you know what I mean? Where you, like, okay, you don't want to take someone's rights away, but just because you take someone's rights away does not mean you have to violate them. You can give someone a good life. Yeah. My dogs have no rights.
Yes.
My dogs live the best life I think a dog ever lives.
Right. Sounds like they're treated pretty well.
My old ass dog is sleeping on my pillows right now in bliss. Right? You know what I mean? And the same thing could be, like, great example. My first job when I lived in Vegas out of high school during the pandemic 2020, I worked at BIA. It's like this, like, it was a place, like, group homes for people that were disabled.
Right.
Like, I remember some of my clients, being, like, autistic and all that stuff. And I remember them living, like, I worked the night shift. I worked, like, from 11 at night to 8 in the morning. So dead in the night. And I remember they lived pretty fucking good lives. They had their hobbies, they worked out, they went to work, and they just had supervision. Yeah. Someone there just to make sure things went right, make sure they took their medications. That's all you need from most of these people.
Yeah.
That's all they need. The amount of homeless people on the street, you'll be surprised if you just go ask how many homeless people on the street are unmedicated. Just be like, are you on your medication?
No.
Nope.
No.
Can't afford it. Yeah.
And that's why you do the things you do.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me now. You are someone who needs wraparound services and you do not get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, unless we get rid of this administration, we get more Democrat in power. Good Democrat in power.
I would say good Democrats,
This is never going to change because Republican would not stand for that.
No, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. I mean, this budget is evidence of it. I mean, because they're slashing, housing, they're slashing Medicaid, they're slashing, SNAP benefits, all the services that all of these folks that we've been talking about need, they've slashed it all.
It's sad.
Yeah, the amount of people that are on like TLS programs, time limited subsidies, where they're getting like their rent paid and stuff, like portion of their rents.
Yeah.
The amount of people that are just like losing that ability.
Yeah.
What do you think happens to them?
Right.
They're just gonna get back on the street.
They are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basic cause and effect. But
that's why we need more group home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We need more group home, especially for the elderly.
Yeah.
If we can do
but
that.
we need to make sure they're good though. We don't need to bring back the bullshit. All right. We need lobotomies back.
Right. I know, that's what I mean. Like there has to be a happy medium. Yeah. We can't be. Yeah. We can't like.
Or like the way old people homes are run. Don't have that situation. I don't want underpaid service workers having just, because then you just get shenanigans.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? People wonder, damn, why aren't, I mean, even personally for me, when I worked at that job, I got paid $11 an hour.
Wow.
That's no money.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I took that as an 18-year-old.
Right.
You know what I mean? And lucky for them, I'm a good worker. I mean, even I used to do shenanigans.
Right. I can't imagine you doing shenanigans.
I used to watch South Park. I used to play the game in their house all the time. I used to bring my Xbox, bro. What do you think you're doing? I'm an 18-year-old.
18-year-old, right? Yeah.
18 in Vegas during the pandemic. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Though, I probably will do it too.
Yeah.
I'm 18.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, at least you entertain them.
Yeah.
So I
guarantee. Sleeping.
Oh no, they sleep the whole time.
Yeah.
I had a house to myself pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But the pay is very low. That pay was 18 was very low.
Yeah.
No, 11. Not 18. 11.
Oh, 11.
$11 an hour. Yeah, $11 an hour.
Yeah.
Fucking poverty wages. You can't make shit on $11 an hour.
Well, I hope now they make 25 or something. I hope they make that.
I doubt it though. I mean, it's just social work in general. If you go into social services, social work,
that's why
they're underpaid. They're underpaid. They're all underpaid. Yeah.